Deeply offended. And it felt like a moment where it's like, you N-words better get in line and do what we say. And it felt like him as the czar of the Democratic Party coming down to say, go get these N-words in line. And the general tone of it was disgusting. It was abhorrent. I don't respect it. I didn't like nothing about it.
About your level of interest in the criminal charges and so forth.
February 6th.
January 6th.
So I remember that day. I know he was the standing president. I'm not familiar with the charges that are being brought against him for that. I'm not following that charge or I know there's multiple court cases going on. I'm just not familiar with it.
I mean, that doesn't sound like it's going to be a factor in deciding who to vote for.
No.
Okay. So when I say January 6th, what do you think?
Oh, I just remember seeing it on the news, like all the riots and stuff. Don't really know what it was about or what happened though.
How did it make you feel when you saw it?
I don't know. I don't really feel any way about it. People showed their emotion, I guess. Probably in the wrong way, but it happened.
A few moments later.
With the idea of mass deportation, largely, you have criminals in this country who are destroying our nation. They're coming in here, getting earmarked bills and policies to open up businesses, get free housing, get easier access than those who are legally immigrated to this country to welfare and other benefits. So, as a taxpayer, we have to pay for these guys to have luxuries of life, and we don't get anything, especially Black Americans who've suffered so much in the system under Democrats. We don't get anything. That's insane.
Welcome back, Warriors. It's me, Linda B. Now, you saw that headliner clip. Now, you know what? I'm just going to say this. I'm just going to say it. The Democrats brought in all these illegals and hurried up to give them the ability to vote and very much pandered to them and gave them all the luxuries and all the goodies they don't even give to people who are here legally or naturalized citizens. They were doing that to create more voters, to really, I guess some would say, rig the system. But the issue is they didn't account for the fact that it would tick regular Americans, people who are legalized or born here Americans, so much that we changed our mind about who we were going to vote for. We were Democrats. Now we won't vote that way anymore. Fancy that. Thought they were going to add to their collection of dumb Democrat voters. But you done ticked off the ones you had because you brought and paid for these other ones to come across the border illegally. Didn't count for the fact that the ones that are already here going to turn on you. See you for who or what you really are. You guys, you got to check this video out in its entirety. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. If you haven't already, hit that notification bell. Watch the video to the end. Now let's get back into it.
Dang. You talked about Springfield, Ohio. And the whole thing with the fluff talk of, grabbing a soundbite about Haitians or whatever is eating cats and dogs. Y'all trying to change the narrative of what he's really talking about. Change the narrative of really what we're talking about. And telling us that's what we should.
I got to say, she looks like she's about to cry right here. It's almost like I see tears forming in her eyes. I don't know what's going on. Maybe she's getting emotional. Let me just continue.
We discuss it. No, this is what we're discussing. This is America. And this is what America is about and what we're discussing.
Boy, I got to
When people
start with a whole lot of good things to say about the former president that I'm pretty sure Alex Wagner, who replaced Rachel Maddow, didn't want to hear. Take a look.
I believe Trump is going to win because, first off, when people say bad things about him, where does that affect us down here? That doesn't affect our neighborhoods. It has never affected our neighborhoods. We don't even get to see half the things that go on that level.
We know that he's going to win because he is the best for America. He's worried about our economy.
The crime is high. Yes. The violence is high. The schools are bad. Yes. We can go on and on. Where Democrats have been in charge for 40 years.
We're voting for Donald Trump unequivocally. Period. No one else is going to persuade us. We 2 weeks out, and we won't sleep until November the 6th.
So you know who you're voting for? Yes, I'm voting for Trump, definitely.
Tell me why.
He's more strong-minded in a way. He's focused on what we gotta focus on. Like, he doesn't play. That's what I respect about him.
He doesn't play.
Yeah, he doesn't play. He always just stands for what he believes, and he doesn't go back. No matter how many people are bashing him, no matter people is criticizing him, nothing.
He doesn't take BS. He's not going to hear it. He's a businessman. He's not there for the fluff talk of politics. We need someone strong. We need someone who's going to get down to business and take care of what this country needs, who also understands what the community needs.
The thing is, we were scared in the beginning because he said he's going to nuke Korea and he's going to nuke Iran, but he didn't do that. The stock market went up. There were more.
Pretty high right now, too.
Well, but the thing is, because there was no inflation back then. Democrats take granted, especially minorities. They take for granted because they think Republicans are so out of touch with the minorities' needs, so they don't have any choice. And I think that's going to be a big surprise.
You got pockets there's an energy for Mr. Trump in the city, but a lot of people just walking down the street, they not feeling the Democrats from time to time, not sure if they're going to vote for Trump.
Yeah.
He may not vote at all. The black men that don't vote for Democrats, it's not what Mr. Trump did, is what have you been disappointed with. I'm not a dedicated Republican. I'm voting for the lesser two evils this time, being Mr. Donald Trump.
Well, all right now. These are Black GOP and Latino voters, okay? This is just not a random group of people. These are GOP voters. And they were probably Democrats at one point. I'm sure they were. And this is Alex Wagner on MSNBC. You know my nickname is BSNBC, but she's sitting there letting them talk. She's not interrupting. She's being kind and courteous, doing true journalism. I love true journalism, but you don't really get that a lot. I went to college for broadcast journalism, and you're supposed to be unbiased. It's so hard to do because we're human. Lord knows I'm biased. I got to work on it. But in any event, the fact of the matter is that these people are not going to be brainwashed. And that whole thing with Barack Obama saying, get your black asses back on this Democrat plantation. Who the hell you think you are, having a mind of your own? You get your uppity N-word back on this Democrat plantation before I beat your behind in front of everybody and let the other slaves know they better not try no uppity mess either. That's how it came across. Forgive me. I had to get a little strong. Sometimes I get passionate, and that ain't such a bad word. It could also be a donkey. I'm just saying, give me some grace, but I'm not perfect. I get passionate about stuff, and I get sick and tired of the mess. Okay, it's a bunch of BS on their side, and then Kamala Harris is going to come up with this whole thing about marijuana for black men. Oh, she got the rappers, she got the booty shaking, the twerking. And now she got the weed too. Talk about stereotyping black people. I'm going to be nice. Y'all not going to get me started and saying something I shouldn't do. But one of the ladies, she looked Latina. She said that Donald Trump is strong. He says what he means. He doesn't back down no matter how many people are coming at him. And see, I don't know if people realize that when a person does that, no matter the pressure coming up against them, they really believe in what they're saying. I mean, honestly, to the point where you got people out here actually trying to get rid of him for good. I mean, they're trying to take this man out. And for him to still stand like that, there's got to be something to it. They're going to say he's a dictator, he's a fascist, like this former chief of staff, Kelly, that's out here saying that that Donald Trump is going to rule like a dictator. They just get desperate and scared. And the only thing the Democrats know how to do, they don't know how to accurately bring forth policy. They don't know how to do that. They go to their old playbook of fear-mongering. That's what they do. They fearmonger, they promote racial division and unrest, and they call the Republicans racist, and they say he's going to be a dictator, and then they pander. That's all they know how to do. They don't know how. It never occurred to them, wow, maybe I should actually get some business about myself and actually do what's best for the American people and have actual policies that would benefit the American people. Oh, no, that's just too crazy to do something like that. We got to continue this gravy train of warmongering and all these conflicts overseas. We got to continue to do that. And we got to sow chaos between the different ethnic groups. That's all those jokers know how to do.
Man, we not with none of that, man. Chuck be looking out for the black community, man. We ain't doing nothing. Yeah, man.
I respect. You all good, my boy.
All right, man.
Yeah. And who you voting for, Trump or Kamala?
Man, Trump. We ain't that Indian ass, man.
Who, Kamala?
Yeah, we ain't.
Why you don't for her?
Because she them immigrants. I'm black. Them Venezuelans taking all our bread. They out here creating gangs. They had gang banging, breaking in bandit cribs, all type of good shit. We ain't with it.
So you don't like an open border?
Nope. We need that border.
Hey, what are your thoughts on when Trump got shot?
Man, hey, don't try to take my boy out. Make America great again.
Hell yeah.
Make America great again.
Hey, Trump or Kamala?
Shit, Trump, to be honest.
Damn, so why Trump though?
Why Trump? Because shit, we used to get paid and shit like he used to keep immigrants out, so it was able for us to get jobs. It's hard for us to get jobs now, shit, because immigrants taking over.
So you're not with the Venezuelans?
I ain't gonna lie, they taking our jobs and some more shit. They do it better than us though, but they taking our.
I heard they're taking over the buildings. Is that true?
Hell yeah, boy.
People remember when Trump was in office, they had money in their pockets. They had money in the bank. They can afford a vacation. They can go and fill up the gas tank and not have to make the difficult decision of should I put gas in the car to go to work or buy food to eat? I mean, should I get my prescription, which I desperately need, or buy food? I mean, I can't do both. I mean, that is a terrible position to be in. That is a terrible position to be in. And nobody should be facing that kind of decision. You need your medications and you need food and you got to put gas in your car. And the Kamala Harris, I'm just going to say the Harris administration, because I don't really know what's going on with Jim Crow Joe, has made it increasingly difficult to be able to do the basic necessities. Now they've already talked about these beautiful people, beautiful, smart people in America. Oh, yes, they've already talked about how they feel about Donald Trump. But now let's hear them talk about Kamala Harris. Now we got to hear about this effort.
Feelings, and let me start with the women here about Kamala Harris.
She's a woman of color. I'm not putting her down because of that, and I'm not putting her down because she's a woman. I'm not a feminist, so I'm sorry. But at the end of the day, I don't think that she has the personality. I don't think that she has what it takes to go up against Putin and go up against these other presidents that are built for this. I don't want to be scared because my president is scared. I want my president to feel secure and manly and about it.
We brought up gender, right? Like, do you think it matters that she's a woman and people aren't comfortable having a woman in a top leadership role?
No, I don't think that, because most men, they love their mothers. They love their wives. So as a woman, most men, they respect the woman, but she just don't have the qualification or the education to really run America because she don't have the experience. She don't understand our struggles. And for me to believe you for another 4 years, you're crazy.
Right.
Like, you're crazy. You're saying the same thing that you said 4 years ago.
So the fact that she's the vice president,
that's
to
just
you
the
is
bottom line.
You're like, you've been here, you've had a chance.
Yes. Well, for me, the very first time I ever heard the name Kamala Harris, it was in association to locking up parents for a truancy. That was the first time I ever heard of her name. And I really didn't understand how this person claims to be a Black woman, but yet she's locking up Black women and Black men and separating families.
This is the thing that is, Trump talks about this a lot. He says, Kamala Harris became Black when it was convenient.
Right. Yeah.
Can you talk to me about, do you agree with him on that? Do you feel like she's wearing her Blackness?
Absolutely. when she's sworn into the Senate, it was as the first Indian American.
Thank you.
Which is, it's fine. We don't care.
We all know she's not Black. Let's understand that. We are all clear of that. But my point of view, like I told you earlier, she's already been there. She's in office right now.
You gotta love it. I love it. People waking up. I'm telling you again, those Democrats thought they was going to get all those other voters over here and just pack things out, right? Make it too big for them. to lose. But what they ended up doing was ticking off Americans, natural born or legal immigrant Americans. That's what they ended up doing, is ticking us off. That's what they ended up doing. And now we are saying, And see, they didn't plan for that. I'm telling you, whatever's done in secret comes to light. That's what the Bible says. And God will not be mocked. Whatever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Kamala Harris, that cackling Kamala, it did not work. Barack Hussein Obama and all his chastising of black men, talking to them like they kids. Black men are smart, intelligent. They don't need you telling them what to do. And you got some people out here who will sell out their own. Don't go with skin color, because skin folk ain't necessarily kin folk. You best believe that. And I know a little bit about the ancestry of Barack Obama and Kamala Harris. Their ancestors, wait for it, owned slaves. And Trump's did not. Now, I will say I would not hold it against someone for what their ancestors did. I won't do that. But for some reason, Kamala Harris and Barack Obama, that ancestry affected them because they don't do anything to help the people that they want votes from. They pander to us, but they don't do anything for us unless you are part of the alphabet community, which I am not. Okay, so you just get paid no attention to, or unless you are an illegal immigrant, you get paid attention to then. That's what I'm talking about. And people want someone who is about business. They remember they have money. No one's listening to all of this. All it is a bunch of talk. Everybody know they just campaigning. Everybody gonna try to find something on Trump. And some people know what it's like to be blamed for something that you actually did not do. And for Kamala Harris to have a history of locking up black folks, men and women. That one lady said she first heard of Kamala Harris when she was locking up black women, single black mothers for truancy. And sometimes they would have a sick child in the hospital where they sent a note to the school. She still had them arrested. She separated families, which is what the Democrats do. They want to tell that lie that the parties switched, that the Democrats and Republicans switched. It's not true, because they're still doing the same dirty tactics that they did in the 1800s, separating families one way or another. And Kamala Harris used black men for cheap labor in the state of California, where she was DA over there in San Francisco. And she had their sentences extended, and some of them were innocent, and she knew it, and she withheld evidence. Look up Jamal True Love. These are facts, folks, and I'm not doing it. And I'm just here to tell you, thank y'all for watching. Don't forget to like this video, comment, share, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'm on my way to 100K subscribers. You all be blessed. Love God, your families, these United States of America. And as I always say, march on, warriors.